Welcome to another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your lunch rolled and your drink poured. Alright, now look. So for this one, I'm gonna be telling y'all about the time when I had to hold that L in prison. You know what I'm saying? Now I know a lot of niggas that tell prison stories and shit like that. They always telling you about the times that they won and they came out on top and they stood on business and blah blah blah, right? But don't none of them ever tell you when they had to hold that L. Well, let me go ahead and keep it street with y'all. Y'all know how we roll over here. So we gonna keep it real. And I'm gonna tell y'all about that time I had to hold that L. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Alright, so let's jump in that time capsule. We going back to 2012, right? 2011, I caught my case. 2012, I was booked into prison, right? January of 2012, I was booked into prison. Starting my prison journey from there, right? I get to prison. I'm learning the yard. I'm learning how everything goes. Paying attention to things, meeting new people. Blah 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 blah. Prison politics, right? Well, I was on Adrian Correctional Facility Yard, 2012. Anybody that was there or know about that place, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm there, right? So my next door neighbor, literally to the right of my cell, my next door neighbor is a guy named Bo, right? Bo is big dude. This guy was like 6'5", 320 pounds, all solid muscle, big solid dude, right? Didn't play no games. Light brown eyes, bald head, you know, dude wasn't for no games. Like he was a straight up known killer. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, known killer. You know what I'm saying? So of course he was in there for killing somebody. He had life in prison. You know what I'm saying? So he done for. Now, like I told you, I was on level two. On level two yard, they mix people together that's like going home within the next couple of days, all the way up until a motherfucker they got life in prison. That's how level twos are. It's a mixture. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, like I said about, he had life in prison. He already had been in there about a good 20 years by the time I bumped into him anyway. You know what I'm saying? He had a well-known reputation in there for killing people in that motherfucker, all type of shit. Like he was known. You know what I'm saying? He had respect by everybody, the gangbangers, the religious guys, the gamblers. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody had mad respect for Bo. You know what I'm saying? Um, Bo was from this city called Inkster. You know what I'm saying? So you got Detroit, then like the suburb outside of Detroit, going back south of Detroit is a suburb called Dearborn. Dearborn is like where all the Arab people be at. You know what I'm saying? Right behind Dearborn, you got the city of Inkster. Inkster is like this big, but Inkster is a cutthroat ass city. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about Inktown. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, that's where Bo is from. Bo is from Inktown. You know what I'm saying? Now, that being said, he in there for life, crazy as hell, nigga, about that life. Don't play. He go from 0 to 100, literally. You know what I'm saying? In seconds. And he don't play. Your ass will die fucking with Bo. Real talk. He got life in prison. He don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like real shit. So anyway, with that being said, me and Bo always been cool. We've been good like this ever since. When I first came in there, all the way up into this situation, we always been fine, no problems, right? All right, now I got all that out the way. You know what I'm saying? Now let's go into the next segment of why this situation happened, right? Now, you know the chicken leg quarters, that you get from the grocery store, restaurants, things like that, the leg quarter. Yeah. You might have just left the grocery store and just bought some damn leg quarters. You probably got a whole pack of leg quarters in your refrigerator right now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, what's that? That's nothing. Out here in the world, that's a privilege. You know what I'm saying? Leg quarters. Something that you wouldn't even think twice about. Some damn leg quarters, right? Well, in prison, your ass will die over some fucking leg quarters. You know what I'm saying? How about that? Nah, I just said this before, but let me say it again, right? In prison is no fried food. Everything is baked. This is why the guys be in there so lean and in shape and skin healthy and things like that. There's no fried food. Everything is baked, right? Well, speaking on this chicken leg quarter, right? In prison, you only get this chicken leg quarter once every 2 weeks. So you get this leg quarter twice a month. That's the only piece of chicken that you get in prison is that leg quarter. Just the leg quarter. Not the whole portion of the chicken, just the leg quarter. And only one leg quarter. You only get one. You know what I'm saying? Once every 2 weeks, right? Baked leg quarter. In prison, you would die for that one baked leg quarter. You will die for it, literally. Not exaggerating, not trying to be funny. You will literally die for that one chicken leg quarter. That chicken leg quarter is the hottest commodity in prison. Anybody will tell you this. Anybody. It is the hottest commodity in prison. You will die for that chicken leg quarter. You know what I'm saying? Well, like I said, it's a privilege out here. But in there is war. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, with that being said, I told you about the time that I worked in the kitchen, right? So I worked in the kitchen. I know how that shit, I know how it go. They have so many of them chicken leg quarters that they cook that, of course, it'd be a lot of extras, by the time they done cooking everything. Because, of course, they got it all counted, for how many inmates is there, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much all the leftover chicken, the inmates that work in the kitchen, they get to eat it. You know what I'm saying? Type of shit, right? Well, a lot of those inmates steal that chicken because it's a high ass commodity in there. You know what I'm saying? I think that chicken was worth like $2 a leg quarter. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit is high as shit. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the guys that work in the kitchen, they like get this saran wrap and they wrap the chicken up in that wrap and they throw it in, they jumpsuits and shit like that. So when they leave the child hall to go back to their unit, they had all of this hot ass chicken wrapped up in they damn jumpsuit walking from the child hall to the unit. You know what I'm saying? To get it to their cell, distribute it, blah, blah, blah. Prison politics, right? Well, with that being said, I used to work in the kitchen. Like I said, I know how that shit go. So I used to bring that shit back to the cell, all type of shit, right? Well, with all of that being said, after you cook it and everything, they put the workers on the line to serve the food to the inmates. So it's not like in prison, it ain't like it's people that come there and serve the inmates. It's the inmates serving the inmates. You know what I'm saying? They just got these food servers, workers that just stand over them and make sure they not over serving and double scooping and shit like that, right? Well, with that being said, my bunkie, D Rose, which is my homie, part of my crew, blah, 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 all of that, right? Me and him, we in the cell together. We talk about, this shit and all of that. By this point, I'm not working in the kitchen no more. It's just him still working there, right? Well, it was a little technique that I learned on how to basically cuff a leg quarter under a leg quarter. So it'd be two leg quarters cuffed together, but it only look like one. You know what I'm saying? So I told D Rose that technique. You know what I'm saying? So you only supposed to get one. But the way how we do it, the child hall workers, we know the two-way connect. Boom. You know what I'm saying? So I taught D Rose that technique. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, when it's my time to come through the line, technique my shit. Give me the two. You know what I'm saying? So I get two leg quarters. Boom, they send it down the line. I get my tray. I go sit down and I eat. You know what I'm saying? And then when he get off, he saran wrapping that shit too. So he gonna come back with 10 birds any damn way. You know what I'm saying? So on chicken leg quarter day, we eat. But at the same time, you would get your head bust over that chicken leg quarter. It is serious in there. For real talk. So anyway, it's chicken leg quarter day, right? Bo was in line in front of me. In prison, they had you file up in a single line. You know what I'm saying? You don't just walk in there and stand in line like how you do in prison. Damn, I'm about to say in prison. How you do in restaurants, it ain't like that. It's single file line, like military type shit. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Bo is in front of me, right? So when he get up there, to the top of the line to tell the server how he wanted his tray, he told D Rose that he want the real dark piece of chicken. Because a lot of them chickens, they don't really be getting cooked, that dark and shit or whatever. So by the time you walking up to the beginning of the line, you scoping out the bird that you want. So you tell the server, hey, I want that one, I want that one. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he did. He told D Rose the bird that he wanted. So D Rose threw the bird on the tray, sent it down the line for him, right? Well, I come right behind him. I gave D Rose that look. So he hit it with the two uh, leg quarter technique. Threw it on the tray, right? He threw it on the tray, slammed my tray down. Bo seen the play. You know what I'm saying? My Bo is in prison for life. He done been there 20 years. He know how all this shit work. This ain't nothing new. You know what I'm saying? So when he seen the play, he like, oh shit, like he wanted my tray now. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So when the tray get down there to the end and they shooting the tray to him, he don't want to take his tray. He wanted my tray. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm coming behind him to get my tray, he like, man, that's my tray. Woo woo. By this time, the inmate is handing me the tray and I'm taking the tray because all this shit is military style. You know what I'm saying? This ain't grab it how you want, do things how you want. It's one by one. You know what I'm saying? And you got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. So all of this is happening in a split second. So I'm grabbing the tray at this point. Now look, this is another thing. Let me throw this in there real quick. If somebody feel like you grabbed a tray, you know what I'm saying, like trying to play stupid or whatever, trying to take somebody chicken leg quarter, because like I said, you would get killed over a specific chicken leg quarter. Like niggas is serious about that shit in there. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, if a nigga feel like that and he say, bro, you took my tray, woo woo, if you already grabbed it, the nigga play it like, well, you already put your hands on the tray and you didn't breathe on it, your nose hairs is on my chicken now, blah, blah, blah. I don't want it. I'm getting your ass. You know what I'm saying? So if you touch the tray, it's an automatic fight. Like real talk. It's serious like that. So like I said, by this time I'm grabbing my tray. He like, bro, you just grab my tray. Woo, woo. I'm like, nah, this is mine. What you talking about? You know what I'm saying? He like, nah, that's the tray I wanted. Woo, woo. That was for me. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, it's on. What? I'm trying to hand him the tray. I'm like, look, here, man, if you want it, you can have it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, he had that technique in his mind. This is prison politics. He had that technique in his mind. I done already put my fingers on the tray and I done already breathed on it. You know what I'm saying? So he don't want it. But he want war with me now. Because I supposedly grabbed this tray. You know what I'm saying? Man, after that, everybody in there was looking like, oh, shit, they about to go to war. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody know how Bo get down. Man, I'm like, dog, what type of shit is going on here? So I went to go sit down, right? Mind you, I'm still kind of new to prison. You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting down, I'm eating and shit. Couple of the homies come sit at the table with me. They telling me, they like, bro, Bo gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? They like, yeah, bro, he gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? Because he don't play. Woo, woo. I'm like, oh, no, hell no. I'm like, man, we good, blah, blah, blah. They like, man, look at him. Now in prison, the tables is all stainless steel tables. It's a steel top table that you could put like 4 trays on, and then there's 4 stainless steel tables that's around each table. You know what I'm saying? And you just got table at the table like that, all in this big ass room. So basically, the guys in there, they tell me, they like, look at him. He was a couple tables over from us. So I look at him, this nigga had that look in his face, like, yeah, I'm gonna get you, woo woo. I'm like, oh hell nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we not about to go there over no piece of chicken, you know what I'm saying? So after all of that, we get done eating, right? So we get up from the table, we leaving from the chow hall, walking to our unit. We was in 2 block, you know what I'm saying? 2 block is the furthest unit away from the chow hall. So basically, it take us in 2 block to walk to the chow hall and walk back the longest. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 blocks, 1, 2, 3 block. 1 block and 3 block is closer to the chow hall than 2 blocks, so it's a longer walk for us. You know what I'm saying? So I had enough time to talk about. You know what I'm saying? While we all walking back from the chow hall to the unit, I ran up on Bo. I'm like, bro, let me holler at you. Woo, woo. He like, man, I don't want to talk. Woo, woo. Man, this is my next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, what's up with you? Woo, woo, woo. He like, nigga, you stole my tray, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, bro, D Rose my bunkie. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn well I get this shit in. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you think I would have to steal your tray? You know what I'm saying? He like, man, that was for me, blah, blah, blah. See, guys in prison that got life bits, a lot of them, they feel entitled to some shit for real. And this just was that entitlement thing he had going on. So basically, he felt like he was the one that should have got them 2 birds instead of me, type shit. So I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, I don't care about that shit. Like, I got commissary, you know what I'm saying? Like, D Rose bring that shit back. We give that shit away. Woo woo. By the time I'm saying all of this, I see a frown on his face start turning into a smile because he realized, like, damn, I am tripping because we do, like, real talk, we be giving that shit away. We don't be charging people for that chicken. A lot of the other food service workers that come back with it, they be charging people for it. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't do that. When I was working in the kitchen, I would bring it back. I'd get that shit away for free. I wasn't charging people for it. Like, this is just some damn chicken. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But in prison, that shit is serious in there. You know what I'm saying? Man, he was real life serious about it. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, after I talked to him, I'm like, dog, come on, man. I'm like, you already know D-Raw was about to come back with 10 pieces of them chickens anyway. We gonna give you 2 or 3 of them. You know what I'm saying? What type of shit you on? When I said all of that, I swear, his whole demeanor changed. And we stopped right there in the middle of the catwalk. And he was like, man, bro, I was tripping. He reached his hand out, to slap hands with me and shit. We slapped hands and shit, came in, for the man hug or whatever. It was like, I was just tripping, bro. Woo, woo. I'm like, man, it's all good. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, come on now, I wouldn't be on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, now look, I'm gonna tell you some real shit. I am so glad that he came to his senses. You know what I'm saying? I did not want to go there with him, like, at all. You know what I'm saying? Especially not about a piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? Now look, when I was in prison, I was loved. You know what I'm saying? Not by the people in the prison that I was in there with, but also I had love on the outside world. Like, I had everything I wanted. I had commissary, I had a TV, I had an MP3 player, I had shoes, I was getting visits, I'm getting pictures, I got JPEGs, whatever. I had everything. I didn't need for shit. You know what I'm saying? And plus, my bunkie worked in the damn chow hall. I got fired from there, so I already did that shit, And now my bunkie still in there doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? So we eating cook-ups every day. We making burritos, all type of shit. So it wasn't like I was one of them bum ass niggas in there or something, trying to pull a play and steal his move or nothing. Like, bro, we do this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was happy that Bo came to his senses, because I was not trying to go there for real. Like, hell no, I'm not trying to put my life on the line. I'm only here to do a couple of years and I go home. You know what I'm saying? He don't. And I know he don't. And I know he ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not. You feel me? I'm about to do my time. I'm here to observe and learn, gain some knowledge, wisdom, understanding why I'm here. And then I'm supposed to go home. And that's what I'm going to do. You feel me? So, with that being said, that was the time I had to hold that L, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I hold it graciously, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Bo would have went there with me, and I ain't want that to happen. Just to say, even if the fight would have went in my favor, just to say if I would have got him or whatever the case is, that still would have been a new charge, more time, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? All over a piece of chicken. Like, fuck that. It just wasn't worth it to me. You know what I'm saying? And ever since then, me and Bo never had no problems, nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. That was just one of his times he tweaked out, and it's like that with guys in prison. They got a lot of time or life bits. Sometimes they tweak out, they that reality kick in. Like, you ain't going nowhere. This is your life. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes them guys, they tweak out. You know what I'm saying? It be like that. And that was the time he tweaked out. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I thank God I was able to talk to him and diffuse that shit, because I don't care at the end of the day. It just was not worth a piece of chicken. You know what I'm saying? But that just go to show you that prison is not no joke. Your ass will get killed in prison over a chicken leg quarter. One, not a whole pack of them. For one, you would get killed. Real talk. And that was the type of time Bo was on with me. You know what I'm saying? About the damn chicken leg quarter. Real talk. Uh-uh. I say myself, I got up out of there. So if I'm a bitch or I'm a hoe, whatever you want to call me for it, hey, I take that. But I was not willing to crash out for it. Like, no, I got way too much to live for. And now I'm here to tell y'all the story about it. Because if you go to prison, I'm telling you, you will see that one chicken leg quarter will get your ass killed. I done seen niggas get stabbed over that shit. I ain't seen nobody die or nothing, but I done seen niggas get stabbed over them chicken leg quarters. You know what I'm saying? That piece of chicken is next level in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? And the nigga almost took me down for it. I was like, no, let me hold that L. Yeah, whatever you want to call it. I'm about to go ahead and give out this little peace treaty. No, I don't want no problem with you. Not over this piece of chicken. Psh, hey, D Rose about to come back. I'll throw you five of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. And the funny thing is, ever since then, me and D Rose throwing him chicken. It wasn't like he was asking for it or nothing. We was just throwing them bitches to him. We was already giving him some anyway. But at this point, I'd be like, man, look, just throw like five of them to the side for ball. You know what I'm saying? Because, he be tripping on that shit. And, me and D Rose, we ain't had no time. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, yeah, put five birds to the side for ball. You know what I'm saying? Because he need that shit. Man, prison was a crazy time, dog. But yeah, man, that was the time I had to hold that L. You know what I'm saying? So I take that, Mr. Roll Up, I had to take an L. You know what I'm saying? I did. It saved my life. I'm out here to tell my story, But that nigga Bo was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Bo, he had a real issue, man. And he was ready to take me down over a chicken leg quarter that he basically tried to steal from me. You know what I'm saying? He real life in his mind thought that that was his piece of chicken because he seen the play. You know what I'm saying? When all he had to do was hit D Rose to play. D Rose would have touched him too as well. But like I said, some of them guys, they feel entitled, man. And they will motherfucking take you out for this shit. So my best advice, stay on your toes so you don't never have to go there and experience it because it is not worth it. It ain't about nothing, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? How about that? It's been another episode of Roll Up a Poet. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.